natural gods that would ultimately could be bribed to some extent, but only so far. If someone was very wicked, they would never bless them because they're ultimately considered to be good gods that want the good of the world, let's say. So they would turn to Molech. And Molech could get you things that you couldn't get from those gods, but you had to be ready to pay for it, basically. And so people would get very desperate. They would ultimately sacrifice their children. And it was said that David died and was buried in the city of David. And we know from archaeology that at the time that David died, this was outside the city of David. And this area was fully incorporated inside the city maybe 200 years later under his great-great-grandson Hezekiah. And therefore they said, the Bible says he was buried in the city of David, and this is outside the city of David. It can't possibly be his tomb. A very simple open and shut case. They took the Bible and said, we believe in the Bible, it says.
This one was made of a mortar shell from the War of Independence or from 67, we don't know, but from one of these wars. And it was placed here.
Okay, we entered the walls of the old city, and now we're in the old city. This area is what they call the Armenian quarter. Today, for the last few hundred years, Jerusalem is kind of divided into what they call the Armenian quarter, the Christian quarter, the Muslim quarter, and the Jewish quarter. They're not like hard rules or anything like that.
Well, I shoulder check everything that I take. I'm if I don't like it all, you know.
They go religious in a certain way. You have to do it in a way that they like.
Right, exactly. God says no.
Divides the Armenian quarter this way, technically the Armenian quarter, this way. It's called Kabat Street. It's the longest street. If we would go down the steps here, it would take us to what's called the Western Wall. The Western Wall is one of the... We're going to scroll down, I'm going to explain what we're seeing. Guys, the place where we're standing, for people on Periscope and everyone else, if you look at the image that I showed you, can you find it, of what the Temple Mount looked like, okay? There was a fortress here on the northwestern part of the Temple Mount called the Antonia Fortress. Towards the south, we're facing south, towards the place of the Dome of the Rock, towards the place of the temple. So according to almost all of the opinions, this is the place of the Holy of Holies, which Jewish people all over the world face when they pray. Rabbi Eliadi gives them looking out the window.
Shimon, you're welcome, by the way. Don't thank me, thank the writer. He says it's made it.
This process all go through King of the Temple Mount. This is like, I won't stick my hand to it, it's just, I don't know. But a little here, I know that this is
If you're a non-Jew, you can go
only Muslim.
had big milestones with Muhammad as well. Abraham went to sacrifice his son. You stop here and continue on.
This one.
This road goes through the ancient Jewish cemetery. The Jordanians paved it right over the graves, using the tombstones as paving stones. This road right up here, okay? They just mowed over the whole cemetery and just paved the road right through, and they used the tombstones as paving stones.
It's the end of the day. Beautiful view of Mount of Olives. We gotta stop for a second. Look at this. It's really beautiful. Nice time of the day because there is a lot of there's a little bit of a sunset light. Here's the Mount of Olives from here.
It's a white church with a gray dome and a little point on the top of it.
Yeah.
Everyone see it? Mm-hmm. This is called Dominus Flevit. This is where they used to burn the red heifer, the Para Aduma.
Really?
The red heifer was there. There was a bridge that went from there across the valley to that gate there. That is the Shar HaRachamim, the Golden Gate in English, the Mercy Gate in Hebrew. That is the eastern gate that enters the temple.
Thanks, Canela, for
There was
this
a
for
view
us.
straight across through this gate to the Holy of Holies. And there was a bridge that went across, and they would bring the red cow out over the bridge, burn it there, and bring the ashes back into the temple. It's what's called Yad Avshalom. It's mistakenly named after a monument that Absalom, the son of David, made a monument for himself in the Kidron Valley. And people mistakenly thought that this was that monument, and they called it after it. He called it Yad Avshalom, the monument to Avshalom. Okay? Yad means a monument or a hand. And people mistakenly thought this was it, but now we know it's a like massive tombstone of a family tomb from wealthy priest from the Second Temple period.
Yeah.
It's part of a series of tombs of wealthy families from the Second Temple period. This one is called Yad Avshalom, but it's not Yad Avshalom. The next one they call Kever Zechariah, thinking mistakenly that it's the tomb of Zechariah the prophet, but it's actually the tomb of a family of priests that served in the temple called the Bnei Chezir family, okay, who served in the temple, and we know a lot about them. They found that tomb that they call the Kever Zechariah after the prophet Zechariah is actually the family tomb of this priest. Complex that we call Kever Zechariah, the tomb of Zechariah the prophet, but we now know that that's a mistake because they found the inscription that says that it's the tomb of the Bnei Chezir family, which is, as I said, a wealthy family of Kohanim priests who served in the Second Temple. The tomb is on the left, and the burial monument is on the right, what's called the Nefesh in the Mishnah, the monument. And above it, where you see these religious Jews praying, it's a prayer, I think, if I'm not getting mixed up, it's the tomb of the Orach Chaim, or maybe the Orach Chaim is a little further to the right, and this is one of the Hasidic Rebbe's. Yeah, I have to double check. Guys, on Solange's scope, I'm just pointing out, there's one tomb here that's standing by itself. You see it?
Yeah.
This is the tomb of Pharaoh's daughter, Kever Bat Paro. She was married to King Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech, 3,000 years ago. He married 1,000 wives for political alliances mostly, and one of them was the daughter of the Pharaoh of Egypt. And that is her tomb. And this is the Arab village of Silwan. Today it's an Arab village. It was originally a village of Yemenite Jews, but the Arabs took it over. And every house is built on a Jewish tomb from the First Temple period. If you look at the bedrock underneath every house, there's like a window in the bedrock, because every one of these homes is built on a First Temple period tomb of Jewish people going back 3,000 years. And they use the tombs as their basement.
Okay, here's the most.
Guys, we're in the area called the Ophel. This area was built by King Solomon. All of these structures you see were built by King Solomon because the city of David, it's on the slope that goes down that way towards the Ben Hinnom Valley, where we started the tour today, in the Ben Hinnom Valley.
Clean Ben Hinnom Valley.
And up there is the Temple Mount. This triple gate that you see on the wall, that's called the Fulda Gate. That is where everyone went up to the temple. All the pilgrims, now it's sealed. But it used to be the gate where everyone went up to the temple. They would come up from the city of David and they would go to the temple there. And so Jerusalem is on a slope between the Ben Hinnom Valley at the bottom and the temple at the top.